Wow, your hair is so beautiful.
Thank
Okay,
you.
we're on live.
We're
Okay,
good?
first of all, I want to thank Esther so much. Like to come in and to do something like this for all of us is really such a chesed. You know, this is Esther's what she does, and the fact that she gives of her time to do this with us group of women. I really can't thank her enough. Really, such a karas. The women are just amazing, the Jewish women, and thank you. Okay, so I want to give Esther the proper kavod, show how incredible she is. Esther Willinger is a transformational coach, and she's an advanced SOMA breath instructor who helps individuals, especially women, reconnect with their inner strength, clarity, and purpose. After more than 20 years in the business world, Esther felt called to a deeper path during the COVID-19 pandemic, one rooted in healing and transformation. Through breath work, she discovered a powerful way to quiet the mind, reconnect to her inner truth, and create lasting shifts, and now she guides others to do the same. Based in Toronto, Esther leads in-person experiences and has guided breathwork journeys and workshops for hundreds of individuals across North America, including New York, New Jersey, Florida, Arizona, and California. She is the founder of Healiem, a space to get healthy and high on life naturally, and the creator of Breath and Breakthrough, an online transformational program that blends ancient Hebrew wisdom with modern breathwork practices to break through blocks and rediscover your authentic self. Her work is inspired by the connection between the neshima, the breath, and the neshama, the soul. And she is passionate about helping others align with their highest self through the power of the breath. She is honored to guide this special Nishmat Kol Chai community through a meaningful journey of alignment, healing, and connection. And I have to tell you, I don't think we understand the importance of breath. And we take even oxygen, breathing so for granted. And we don't realize how much our breath and our connection and alignment to our breath really has so much to do with our neshama and our gratitude to Hashem. So with that, thank you so much, Esther.
Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. I first want to start actually by thanking you, Nomi, for everything that you do. And really, I want to express how honored I am to be guiding this group today. Um, and I want to share a little bit about alignment and my alignment, and hopefully this can connect because sharing my story in what brought us here in this moment. So alignment is something that we kind of question, what does it mean to be aligned? And alignment is really getting to know yourself. And when I shifted my path, I did not know exactly how I was going to get to all the things I wanted to do, but I started to have a vision of helping people once I transformed my life and certain methods that I wanted to use and that I wanted to do it on a big scale. But I didn't know every little step that was going to take me there. It just took practice, putting it out there. And a couple summers ago, I brought a group of women together to do a breathwork program, and I needed to practice. And I called my mother to practice on my mother. And after that experience, my mother did the breathwork, and she said, "You know, you need to do this for our Nishmat group. I'm going to put you in touch with Naomi Greenberg." And so I said, "Okay, sure." She put me in touch with Naomi. We did breathwork online. And after that program, Naomi said, "You know what? Esther, you really need to teach this on a bigger scale. You need to teach this online." And I was like, yes, I want to do that. But I hadn't even started. But she inspired me to actually put this together and to move forward already, like push myself forward. And so from her inspiration, I created that program, Breathe and Breakthrough. And I've already taught it several times. And in that group, I met Michal, who also took the program and started saying, "You have to come and travel and do this with us in person." And so she helped me create this tour last summer, and I started doing the program in person outside of my city. So my point is that in alignment, we don't necessarily need to know everything we're going to do. We just have to feel right in what we're doing, feel like we're getting guided, this higher guidance, and then Hashem will do his part. He will start to present the people, the opportunities. And even if you're nervous about it, it just feels right. So you step into it and you do it, and you just trust that every step will bring you a step closer. Every breath will bring you a step closer to that guidance. And so with that said, and sharing that story, this experience is really to hopefully give you some tools and share a short experience to help you feel that. Because we can't really think our way through everything. We sometimes need to feel this guidance. And a lot of it is feeling it in our heart, feeling it in our body, feeling it in our breath. And so I'm hoping that today my words land and align so that you yourselves can align in your own way. Make sense? So in order for us to connect to our higher guidance, it is really important that we connect with our soul, right? And so we learn that there are several levels of our soul. And what are those levels? We understand that there is sort of like a ladder we need to climb, okay? And the first level that we talk about is the nefesh. All right. And the nefesh is understood to literally be in our body. It is associated with our blood and our life force. So the nefesh in our body is also not just in us, it's in animals. We understand that the animals have a nefesh too. In fact, we learned in this past week's parsha that we're not permitted to consume blood because it has the nefesh within it, right? So on this level of our nefesh, we could be like animals and work instinctively, or we're able to tap in to this and use this, our body and our vessel, to elevate ourselves, to serve, to do mitzvot, right? But it's really important to keep this vessel healthy so that we have the energy to go out there and fulfill our vision. So I just want to share something from a scientific perspective, right? Our blood carries oxygen to every cell in our body, right? And that's the way we need to maintain a healthy bloodstream and nourish our bodies. It's interesting that the most essential element in blood is iron, okay? And iron allows our blood cells to carry the oxygen. Interestingly, the numerical value of iron in the periodic table is 26. And I know that you all know the significance of this number because it is the value of Hashem's ineffable name, the Yud and the Hey and the Vav and the Hey. When you add them up, they equal 26. So it's like a code and a reminder that our physical life force is infused with Hashem's divinity, with his presence within us. So how do we ensure that we have this, that we keep this vessel of our nefesh healthy so that we're energized? There are several ways. Moving our body, even dancing, shaking, right? When we want to shake something off, it can change that energy. And of course, breathing, exercising our breath. We need to exercise our body, but exercise our breath. And what's happening in our world today is there's a lot of fears, and we're very busy being busy and doing, and often we're living from a place of stress. And what happens when we're stressed is we have short and shallow breaths. So when you have a short and shallow breath, you're not moving the oxygen and circulating it properly in your body. And when we do certain techniques where we slow down the breath, we get better oxygen efficiency, okay? Also, what we're going to practice in today's practice is breath holding. So what happens is we tend to hold our breath in when we get nervous, or we're breathing really shallow. So first of all, we're going to lengthen those breaths and really circulate, take full breaths. And we're also going to practice something called an exhale breath hold. It's when we exhale all the air out, we hold it on the exhale, we're actually raising our carbon dioxide levels, which signals to the excess oxygen that's in our blood that's holding to release into areas of inflammation and heal certain areas. So that's a little, these practices really help build better oxygen efficiencies in our body, help support circulation, help support healing. So on a physical level, your breath is purifying your system, and the blood flows to areas that need better blood flow. And we know that when we feel better, we have more energy, we can do more, we can feel more aligned to get things done. As you can imagine, when you're in pain, you move slower towards things, right? And we're thinking about the pain versus focusing on where we want to go. Does that make sense so far? Give me a thumbs up. All right. So that's the physical part, and that's where we're going to be moving today. We're going to just shake things off a little bit, get things flowing. We're going to practice the smooth, connected breaths, lengthening the breath, and like I said, doing some breath holding. The next level of our soul is referred to the ruach, okay? And ruach is a beautiful word because it has multiple meanings, and we all know in Hebrew that if a word has multiple meanings, it's telling you something. So we know that ruach means spirit, we know it means breath, and we know it means wind. And what is your breath? Your breath is the wind that flows through you, okay? So the ruach is actually associated with the area in our body that it's associated with is our chest area, our lungs, our heart, because that's where we feel the breath, feel the wind travel to. And so when we're doing the practice today, we really want to take those deep breaths into the bottom of our diaphragm, and you feel this sense of opening, expansion, and softening, okay? Now, at this level, when we get in touch with our breath and we let it move through us, it is connected to our emotions. Emotions are said to be energy in motion. But often, with our busy lives, we're not allowing the energy of our emotions to move through. Many times that I work with a lot of women, we all experience times where we feel something, but we're holding back our tears, or we're suppressing our anger. And even sometimes we're not even allowing ourselves to feel joy. So when we don't allow our emotions to be felt and expressed, they get stuck. And then when they get stuck, they create pains inside of us, right? So we are meant to feel our emotions, allow them to rise and release. We're going to move the energy of our emotions. And if you think about it, children understand this innately. It's not even that they understand it, they just do it. You know, you see a child, something will happen, they get upset, they cry, and it seems like the biggest deal, but they allow the tears out. 2 minutes later, they're happy and playing. You know, they get frustrated, you know, it looks like the end of the world, and then they just express it, they burst, and then before you know it, they're like calm. All right? So we need to allow ourselves to release our emotions, and doing breath work is it's like a safe space to get in touch with those emotions, allow them to rise and release, and feel lighter. All right. And then the third level that I want to talk about is the neshama, right? And the neshama is associated with our inner light, our higher self. It's in this area, right? It's the interesting thing about the neshama is that we can connect to it through our neshima, through our breath. And the only difference in those words is the yud in the middle of neshima. And the yud is connected to Hashem's name, and it's sort of like a point. So it's connecting to the source of all things. And it's also connecting to our inner clarity, our inner eye. And in the center of our mind, we have something called the pineal gland. And that's what they say is associated with the insight, the inner eye, the third eye. And it's interesting that the word pineal in English has a Hebrew exact same sounding word that we have in the Torah is Peniel. And Peniel translates to face of God. Peniel. It was where Yaakov ended up naming this place Peniel, where he fought with the angel and he overcame. And then he said, I'm going to call this place Peniel because he felt like he saw the face of God there. So it's interesting that it's giving us sort of like a message to get in touch with, to awaken us to certain ideas. So the way also to awaken this pineal, the inner eye, when we do the practice today, at some point I'm going to ask you to exhale all the air out. We're going to hold on the exhale. That's where you sort of empty out, you go within, you're releasing, and then I'm going to ask you to engage your pelvic muscle. You're going to squeeze. This is sort of like your energy at the base of your creative center. That's where we create life. You're going to squeeze that area and then you're going to bring that energy up your spine. Okay, you're going to bring that energy up and you're going to sort of focus on the inside of your mind, and that's sort of a way to awaken even more clarity. Okay, so these are the ideas of how we're going to connect. And in this experience today, since we are in the time of the Sefirat Omer, where we are working on refining ourselves, moving towards Matan Torah, where we receive the Torah, we receive this beautiful guidance from Hashem, we're going to sort of do our own personal climb to our own personal higher self, our own personal Har Sinai, and hopefully through using some of these techniques, gain your higher guidance. So we're going to shut the outside world off. We're going to shut off phones or whatever it is, ringers, and really give this time to yourself to go within. Okay? All right. So I'm going to just go through quickly the steps. I'm going to need to get access to the sound, and then we're going to begin. So the way we're going to do it is we are going to first just move a little bit, shake off the day, sort of see how that feels. Feel that energy, feel that circulation. And then when you either in sitting or lying down, you're going to breathe naturally in and out through your nose. You're going to start by that. And by the way, that is your home base. Breathing naturally in and out through your nose is the healthiest way to breathe. So at any point in the practice, if something doesn't feel right, you can always just breathe naturally in and out through the nose and go back to that as your home base. And then I'm going to guide you to breathe in beats, where we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth to my count. In through the nose, out through the mouth, smooth and connected breaths. When you're breathing, you want to take deep, gentle breaths, not forced, not pausing, not strong. We want to soften and feel that connection between the inhales and the exhales, right? We want to circulate. And then I'm going to tell you to take a deep breath in. You're going to squeeze your muscles, exhale all the air out, and we're going to do what's called an exhale breath hold. If at any point it feels too long, you can always take a sip in, exhale, keep holding, and then I'll tell you to take a deep inhale. This is where we're going to squeeze if you want. These are all optional. Squeeze your pelvic muscles, bring this energy up your spine, hold on the inhale, focus on the inner eye inside your mind, and then I'll tell you to exhale, go back to regular breathing, and just see what shows up. Okay? Awesome. Any questions before we begin? Okay. So, if we are ready, before we begin, maybe we'll just do a quick practice to ensure that you are comfortable with the breathing techniques, and then we'll get started. Okay, so I would like everybody to place one hand on their chest, one hand on their belly. And then just start by closing your eyes and breathing naturally. breathing naturally and feeling your breath flowing. Just feel its flow from the inhale to the exhale. And just observe, is it short and shallow? Is it strong and forceful? And then if you feel like it's short and shallow, maybe just soften it, slow it down. Maybe take it a little bit deeper, feeling it, the bottom of your diaphragm, feeling your ribs, your open, maybe even your belly rising on the inhale and then softening on the exhale. Feeling the belly rising on the inhale and softening on the exhale. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. In through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Out through the mouth, 2, 3, 4. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Smooth and connected breaths. Okay? And then we're going to practice the breath holds. So I'm going to ask you to take a deep breath in, hold it for a second, and then this time you're going to empty out completely. Hold it on the exhale for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale, squeezing your pelvic muscles, bringing that energy up your spine, through your heart, out through the crown of your head. Hold it on the inhale, and then just release with a sigh. Let it go. And then just, you can bring your hands down, and just in that simple practice, just observe if you feel any shift in your energy. For some, you might have gotten more tired, for some more energized. Okay. So one other thing I want to mention about the breath that's beautiful with our energy. And this also has to do with, understanding that our nefesh and our ruach and our neshama are all within us. We are all connected. Every part of us, physical, spiritual, emotional, it's all one. So we can tap into these physical aspects to connect and shift our state physically, emotionally, and even spiritually, right? So, and I see that somebody wrote that the sigh part is amazing. Yes, and that's why we want to do all of these things, because they help us connect, they help us release. And even with our emotions, you'll see that when you move your body, that helps. You'll also notice that if you're feeling angry, let's say, and frustrated, we can use our breath to shift, right? If you're feeling even sad, tired, we can actually breathe faster to uplift our energy. It's sort of like fanning that flame. If the flame is going out, we can elevate it, we can fan it. If we're raging and angry and we're like, you can also slow down the breath, calm the flame. So these are ways we can even just use our breath to shift that energy with movement and with breath. Okay? All right. Amazing. Okay, so are we ready this is going to be a taste of what I do in my breathwork experiences and in my course. And it's really just about getting a sense of it to see what even a small experience could do. So it's all about feeling. So if you give me a moment, I'm just going to connect my sound. And before we begin, if anybody needs to take a sip of water, I know that I do. Hydrate is always good. I think I need to. Okay. So I'm just going to check, also do a quick sound test. Sound check to see if you can hear my sound, my music, and then my voice over it. Can you hear this? Can you hear it? Give me a thumbs up or something. And if you can hear my voice over it, can you hear this?
Yeah, perfect. It's perfect.
Okay. Okay, and I just want to check my other sound. 1 second. Can you can you hear this? Is that okay? You can hear my voice over it?
Perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
beautiful. Okay. Okay, awesome. All right, so let's all get up. We've been sitting for a while. So we want to move our bodies a little bit, feel the energy move. And again, the other thing I just want to mention is all of this is safe. If you're pregnant or have very serious heart conditions or very serious asthma, I would avoid the breath holding. You can just go back to regular breathing during that time. Or if you have tinnitus or hernia, breath holding can aggravate that, so avoid it. Or unless you have done breath work before and you know your body. And anybody else, if something doesn't feel right, just go back to your regular breath. I'm simply guiding as some cues. There's no real right or wrong. You can change it up and do anything you want during this experience, okay? Really, it's about flowing with your body, flowing with your breath, and getting in touch with yourself, okay? All right, let's begin. All right, so just begin by breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In and out. And just allow yourself to sway with the music, breathing, just moving your hands, bouncing, breathing and bouncing. Let the circulation flow. Shake it off. Let's shake off the morning. Shake all the way around. It's good to lift your arms above your head if possible. Let the blood flow to your heart. And just bounce. Just relax your shoulders. Relax your joints. And just tap at your cheeks as you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Awesome. Keep breathing. We're circulating that bloodstream, circulating the nefesh. All right, tap at your forehead. Tap at your temples. Giving our face a little massage. Noticing how we experience the world through all of our senses that are located in our face. Tap at your upper lip. How do you see the world? How do you feel the world? Connect with it. All your senses. Tap at your chin. Breathe and feel that blood flow. Feel your breath flow. Tap at your collarbones. Ah, yes. And now just sway. Just sway a little bit. Feel that flow. Feel yourself flowing. Bouncing. Now, tap at your heart, at your chest space. Let's connect to the ruach, the feeling of the breath flowing through you, but also connect to your heart space, your feelings, your frequency, your intuition, your higher guidance. Now, tap at your ribs to your hips. Awesome. Awesome. Now we want to activate both sides of our brain. So we're going to do a little bit of coordination. Opposite elbow to opposite knee. Beautiful. Shake it off. Now we want to climb to our highest self. So let's march and climb upward. Raise that energy. Climbing to our highest self. Beautiful. And smile while you're breathing. All right. Now let's surround ourselves with love. Let's stretch that love. Bring it out from your heart and surround yourself and send it out into the universe. Send it out to everybody, your family, your community, Am Yisrael, the whole world, humanity. Amazing. Shake it out. Now just even tap at your legs. Let's awaken our legs that take us through the world. Tap on the outside, coming back up on the inside. Shake it out. Tap at our bellies, back, heart, and head. Belly, back, heart, and head. Amazing. Shake it all out. Give it a big shake. All right. How's everybody feeling? Awesome. So do you feel a difference? Do you feel just with a little bit of movement, a little bit of music, waking ourselves up, feeling energized? And that's step 1. Amazing. All right, so getting comfortable. You can even feel your breath after you move, right? So that's what we need to do. Every morning, you wake up, shake your body, move, you play music that, uplifts your energy, and just move yourself, right? Amazing. So if everybody can take a comfortable space, you can either be sitting upright comfortably. You want to make sure your spine is aligned and straight, comfortable. And then, or you can even lie down. If you're by a couch, on a bed, a yoga mat, you can lie down, just completely relax. The more that you are comfortable, the more you could let go, the more you will see what shows up. Feel aligned, right? We literally need to feel aligned, straight, not straight and stiff, straight and smooth. Okay. All right. So if everybody's comfortable, I just want you to relax your shoulders, relax your whole body. Just scan from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Close your eyes and just feeling your breath flowing. And your next breath in, squeeze every muscle in your body. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then exhale, release and relax. Take another breath in, squeeze, 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 and then completely let go, relax. Feeling the support of the earth holding you, supporting you. You can let go. And then I just want you to tune into the sound. And as you tune into the sound, allow the voice in your mind that worries about the future or gets hung up in the past, gently drift away, fade away, washing away all the worries in the world as you become fully present with the sound. Because the only moment that matters is the present. The present is a gift. And now as you focus on the sound, tune into the center of your mind. And in the center of your mind, imagine that there's a vision of a mountain. And at the top of this mountain is a vision of your highest, healthiest self, where there's no limitations, there's no obstacles in your way. Just a bright, beautiful vision. You're healthy, happy, harmonious, feeling fully aligned. What does that vision look like? What do you see? What do you smell? What do you touch? What do you taste? How does it feel to feel fully aligned, healthy, happy, harmonious? Tune into this vision. Make it real, make it vivid. Connect to that vision, feel its flow, connecting to your natural nature. Now, imagine yourself back at the bottom of this mountain, looking upwards towards this vision. And we're going to make a journey up the mountain. Every breath is a step forward and upward. So we're going to begin breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Smooth and connected breath, moving closer to that vision with every breath. Let's begin. Exhale all the air out. And inhale through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Feeling the connection from the inhales to the exhales. Keep breathing in this rhythm. And as you're breathing in the smooth, connected breaths, you're feeling like your nefesh is in flow. Your blood is circulating. Your respiratory system is in flow. Your cardiovascular system is in flow. Your digestive system is in flow. Your heart, your mind, and your spirit are all flowing and connected. Keep breathing in this pattern. As you're breathing in this pattern, you're moving upward on your personal journey. You're connecting to the ruach that's flowing through your breath. And every time you exhale, you're releasing any tension, any stiffness, any emotions. As you release, you feel lighter. So your climb becomes more joyful, effortless. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Doing amazing. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Every breath, you're moving forward and upward, closer to your vision. Keep breathing, keep flowing. And as you get closer to your vision, you're so close, you're almost at the peak of this mountain. The closer you get, the more you can accelerate. And you feel this energy rising with excitement. So we're going to just speed up the breath slightly as we get closer to this vision and get closer to stepping into it. All right? So you can either stay at this pace or double it up. Ready? In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. You can even squeeze on the inhale, release on the exhale. Squeeze your fists and feet on the inhale, release on the exhale. In and out. Receive the breath, circulate the breath. Receive and circulate it. Receive and circulate. Whatever you open yourself up to receive is what you open yourself up to circulate. So receive and circulate. Now, all together, we're going to take a deep breath fully in. Hold the breath for a moment. You're going to squeeze every muscle in your body, and then you're going to release. Let go with a sigh. Again, we're going to receive that breath. You're going to squeeze, hold it. This time, you're going to empty out completely and hold the breath at the bottom. Full exhalation, release, let go. Releasing anything that doesn't serve you. Just let it go, let that baggage go, the blocks. Let it go. You're so close. You're preparing yourself to step in. Because the next breath, you're going to step into this vision of your higher self. So what else do you need to let go of to prepare yourself to be fully aligned, stepping into your highest self? If you need to take a sip, take a sip. Exhale. Let go. Release. Release the blocks, the baggage, the pain. And then prepare yourself by squeezing that pelvic area, engaging it, bringing that energy up the spine. Take a breath as you step into your highest self. Hold the breath. Align with your highest self, holding. Allow that energy, opening up your heart, opening up your mind, connecting to your soul source, to Hashem. Connect, receive, tune in to the Pineal. And then whenever you're ready, release with the sound of Ha, with Ha, Hashem. Ha, let it go. If you'd like to receive another breath, receive that beautiful fresh breath, that breath of alignment, holding it in, that breath of insight, connection. And then release with the Ha, Ha. Release, let it go. Feeling a sense of gratitude, alignment. Just let your breath be free. Free however it wants to be. You can play with the breath. You can hold it on the inhale or on the exhale. Even allow it to come to a natural pause where you don't feel the urge to breathe in or out. Just allow it to flow naturally, effortlessly. Play with it. Allow it to be free, however it wants to be. Just the way you are meant to be free. Free to be fully aligned with your higher self. The version of you Hashem created you to be. Stepping into yourself, feeling aligned, tuning into your uniqueness, your divinity. See what you see, feel what you feel. Stay within, tuning in to your inner self, your inner eye, your insight, your higher alignment. This is your moment for yourself, your soul self. If you receive any visions, any insights, any ideas, pay close attention to them because they come from a higher place, higher guidance. As you connect with these ideas and visions, these insights, remember that the day you were born was the day Hashem decided this world can no longer exist without you. So use your God-given gifts for the betterment of your life, your family, your community, and humanity. You should leave this experience today feeling healthy, harmonious, happy, and aligned, at peace, complete. Shalom, shalem.
This was going to be me, and this was going to be me. But I realized
Shh. Give yourself a chance to process your experience. Feel the flow of your breath. If your body feels called to move, allow it to move, to flow, just fully connecting to your sense of flow, your unique way to flow. Feeling at peace from within, at peace with yourself. Peace begins from within. When you are aligned and at peace, the world, your outer world, will begin to align with your inner world. Whenever you're ready, you can awaken into this higher state, awaken into yourself by wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, maybe doing circles with your wrists and your feet in one direction, in the other, bringing this vision back into this space, into this present moment, into your body fully, into your mind, into your heart. Coming back into the moment, you can roll your shoulders back, just moving your body. And then whenever you're ready, coming back into your seated position. You can keep your eyes closed as long as you want, and maybe take a deep breath, open yourself up, expand yourself, feel, take up space, and then exhale, embrace yourself. Feel the gratitude for yourself for this moment. Again, inhale, expand, open yourself up to ideas, opportunities, your vision, and then exhale, embrace yourself. Feel the gratitude for this moment, for this experience, and for yourself, your soul self. And then just let it go. And then plant yourself firmly into the ground. Connect yourself. Connect yourself to your present moment. Whenever you're ready. Welcome back.
Wow. Esther, can I say something? Wow.
Of course.
Really amazing. I just got to tell you, so amazing the way you do it from beginning to end. It's so incredible. So can I put in a few, like, I just want to tell people how amazing and what you did in the beginning. So if you understand the movement, first of all, that Esther did in the beginning, which most people don't know, first of all, that regulates your nervous system, the shaking and the movement like that actually regulates our very dysregulated nervous systems. That's number one. Number two, when she swung and all that, I don't know if people are familiar with Qigong, Chinese medicine, you're actually opening up different, you're touching different organs in your body. When she was doing the
Tapping.
The tapping, we have everything is, it actually opens up your blood vessels, it moves your lymphatic system. It, if you look into, even the swinging your kidneys, when you're activating your kidneys, you're warming them up. Like, people would understand that this movement going into also the breath work is so unbelievable, because it is activating so many parts of your body. I want to tell you that every single morning when I get a chance, when I not stuck on my phone or something like that, I do all those. I don't do the breath, which that's what I want to ask Esther about. But I incorporate a lot of that to wake up my body
Yeah.
and to really get my lymphatic system going because it's so stuck for most of us. And it's such important things that she is giving over. This is amazing. So what I wanted to ask Esther, I really want to get into breath work. I really, and I find myself, and it's like such a waste because that's
Yes.
another thing people don't understand that breath, when you're holding your breath, and
Yeah.
Esther is
I
going
can
to
share my
talk about the
information. Yeah.
courses that she's giving.
Yeah.
When you hold your breath, actually, you're oxygenating your body. And what
Mm.
people don't understand also is that cancer cannot grow in an well oxygenated environment. And most of us don't know how to breathe. We don't know how to
Yeah.
hold the oxygen. All those things are such vital things. So I want to get into a breath work practice. And what I find, Esther, is like I start, like everything else.
Right?
I start, I get like all excited. I do it, do it, do it. And then I can't seem to like hold on to it. I can't seem
Yeah.
to be consistent.
Yeah.
How can I become consistent with it?
So it's a beautiful question and it's such an important question. I just want to start by saying that when people think of getting healthy, the first thing if I ask somebody, okay, I want to get healthier, what do you think that means? So people will first start with the idea of, oh, I need to exercise. And then another common question is, or I need to eat better. Perhaps I need to bring more water into my diet. Nobody even thinks about the breath. But if you think about it, you can live your whole life technically without exercising. It might not be at the high level of health, but you can live your whole life literally without exercising. You could live a few weeks maybe without food, maybe a few days without water, but you can't live not even more than a few minutes without your breath. And so, really, we have to reverse how we work on our health. It starts with our breath. We cannot live without our breath. And the way somebody breathes, even the pattern of their breath, if you observe somebody breathing, you could almost tell how healthy they are. Um, for example, if somebody is like walking up the stairs and they're panting to get up the stairs or taking a few steps and every breath is heavy, you can see that that doesn't look healthy. That doesn't, they don't feel even healthy. Even some people sitting down are breathing heavy. So that's the first sign of your health. Somebody who's very healthy, has good oxygen efficient, has good energy, you almost don't even notice their breathing. Their breath is soft, subtle, it's calm, right? You can tell a person who's calm, who's relaxed, who's at peace. So that's the first thing, is to exercise the breath, right? And then we can work on the water intake, then the food, and then the exercise. But ultimately, if we have all of these, then you can be in your optimal peak health. And why do we want to be in our peak health? Is because we have so much we want to accomplish in this world. And when you have better health, you can do more, right? Do more mitzvah, do good deeds, be of service to others. And also serve, I always say, serve from a place of abundance of energy versus from a place of depletion. And so how do you incorporate? It's like anything else in life, right? We prioritize what is important. And so we almost need to set a time in the day for ourselves that we even breath work. Like I teach a course, and yes, if you come to the course, you're going to dedicate an hour and a half for 4 weeks to just learning and doing the deeper exercises. But technically, during the week, if you just take 10 minutes out of your day, right, to just do the exercises and practice, it will regulate your system and it will become your new set point. So for me, I take, every morning when I wake up, my first thing I do is I sit up on my bed, I just do my 10 minutes of breath work. And then before bed, I also try to do another set just before bed. It's just, so it's sort of, putting it into your day at a time that it just becomes something that's part of your routine, part of your schedule. Other times, like if I can find a time in the middle of the day where I need to regulate, I'll do a couple exercises. But it is, when you're asking how do you make it part of your life, there sometimes you do need to take a program to sort of give you all the tools and have the experience, make the time just the same way you would take time to go to a doctor's appointment, or to go to an appointment that you need to for your health. I always say, put all this work on the front end so that we don't need to go to the doctor's appointments, when it becomes an emergency, right? So prioritize it now. And can we, how I always say, when people say I don't have time to do this, I say, okay, well, how much time are we spending doing something that might not be serving us? How much extra time are we, like, whether it's looking on social media or running around doing things that like are draining us? Can we squeeze a little bit of time off of something that's not serving us 100% and squeeze a little bit more time into something that's going to improve our health, our alignment, and something
It's
that
so
will
true.
serve us?
It's so true. And you know what? It's like when you're doing it, you get that aha moment, right? And then when you really think about it, it's like, how much time do we waste? Like, how much time do we waste? And then if you look back, you'll say, like, why didn't I do that? Like, why? You know what I'm saying? I know you're not supposed to look back, blah, blah, blah. But I'm saying, in order to be in the present, you also have to realize, like, why should I waste my time anymore? Like, I want to
100%.
take this on. And breath is so important. Like, I don't think we understand the level from the physical, from the spiritual, from the regulation of our nervous system, how much breath is really so fundamental to our health. I don't think people realize.
I always say the answer is right under our noses, and we
Right.
just don't even we don't even think about it. But if you think about it, that is almost how we go through life a lot of the times. The things that we have that are just right and feel healthy, we take for granted. We don't even think about them until something feels off, and then we're forced to put attention to them, right? So I always feel like, I always say, like, Hashem is with us through us all day. We can be, having conversations with Hashem and getting guidance all day long, but we're too busy. We're not focused on getting that guidance. And sometimes I feel like challenges are brought into our life, whether it's challenges in experiences in our life or challenges in our body, pains that we literally get in our bodies in order to slow us down and take care of these things and tune in and realign, and then improve our life sometimes from that pain. Like, I know that my biggest growth or my shift in life was during COVID, right? Like, I was living a life like a robot. I was, I had an advertising agency. I was very mechanical. Like, I was just pushing. I wasn't happy. I wasn't even noticing that I wasn't happy. I know that sometimes I would just cry out of nowhere and I wouldn't even know why I'm crying. I now look back and I'm like, my neshama was crying for me. It was like waiting to come out. I was just living this like robotic life of doing what I was doing simply because I didn't know anything else, or I thought I didn't know anything else. I didn't take the time to align. And it wasn't until COVID hit and Hashem sent us all back to our rooms to think about how we were living life. And I just started reflecting. I was like, is this how I want to live my life? Do I just want to keep doing what I'm doing? I'm not even really happy. What should I, what am I meant to do? And that's when I really started taking care of myself. It started with taking care while everybody was living in fear and, we were closed up. I was like, I'm tired of listening to the news. I don't want that to dictate my thoughts. I'm going to just start working on my health. I started by working on my physical health. I started doing more exercise. I actually started dancing. I just started, and then one course led to another course, led to another course, which eventually led me to, changing my life and then stepping into coaching. And then in coaching, I actually discovered the breath work. And then I was like, whoa, this like was accelerating my visions, my path, my alignment, the opportunities that were coming to me. And so it was just following one step, one little whisper at a time. We don't need to always know like the whole path. We just sometimes need to have the vision. Like when you're looking up at the mountaintop, you see the peak of the mountain. It feels daunting and you just have to take one step at a time. You sometimes have to pause, rest, take a break, and then keep climbing. And along the way, there could be people that are, giving you pointers on how to get there smoother, faster, where you might meet other people along the way who will encourage you, give you some tips, right? So it's all about that journey, but one step at a time, one breath at a time.
It's also amazing because you get the opportunity also with what you do to be in that space of always, like, you're in that space because you also get the opportunity to share with women and to hear what women have to say and to teach women, or groups how to do this. And it also gives you the ability, it's really such a beautiful thing because it gives you the ability to be in that authentic healing space all the time, and it's such an amazing place to be able to be in. I always
Yeah.
had this dream that I was going to live on a farm and have my own cows
And you know
and my
what?
own chickens and my organic vegetables, and I was going to do breath, and I was going to do, and then you
You know what, Nomi? You're saying it. It's not that you were going to. You can still do it and it can still happen. And I have to tell you, like, I also had these visions of doing these kind of things, but I was so far from it when I was working. I was like, I'm somebody in advertising who's like, who am I going to, who's going to even want to come to do a breathwork practice with me or whatever it is. Like, I had these visions. I still have these visions of having a wellness retreat, and people coming from all over the world. And I have these visions. I'm like, how am I going to do this? I don't know. Where is it going to be? Whatever. I have these ideas still. And my point is, even what I'm doing, even, yes, God willing, that's from your mouth to Hashem's ears. Even what I'm doing right now, believe me, these were little things that I had ideas about, but I was like, how am I even going to get there? How am I going to do this? And I loved when I used to go to retreat, I'd be like, I love being in this space. I would love to be on the other end of it and serving, but I was like, how do I get from here to there? It feels daunting, but if you're getting those visions and you're just aligned and you're following the step by steps, you will find yourself in that vision one day because you're just listening to the cues. And when those people or those connections or those opportunities come, you're going to be ready to step into them because you're already pre-aligning yourself with them without forcing. It's just a step by step. So,
it's also Mashiach consciousness. I want to tell you, Esther,
100%.
like the idea of living in community, like living this organic sort of, real true life with real food and real people and prayer and being real and just close to the ground. That's really Mashiach. It's not
100%.
right. So
100%.
Esther, so share your course, and I'm going to share it too.
Okay. I also, I'm going to give a special discount for anybody who is on our chat today. I appreciate you coming, and
there was much more. There was like 115 at one point. So I'll share it on the.
Yeah, you're welcome to share it. And I'm just going to add the discount code. And you're welcome to share it with anybody else that's, in your community, of course.
When are you starting, Esther?
It's actually starting a week today, next Wednesday, May 6th. And it starts from noon to 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So what does that make it, Israel? That makes it.
I believe are you 7 hours ahead? So 7
7.
p.m. 7 p.m. So 7 p.m. Israel time and
To 8:30 to 8:30?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the reason it's that amount of time is like I share lessons, I share insights, we practice different techniques, and then I take you through a journey. And every week we tack on new techniques. We go deeper in the breath work. And it's really transformational, the feedback that I've gotten. By the way, Nomi, this is my 5th time that I'm running the course since you inspired me to start it. And the truth is, I actually don't know if I'm going to be doing this specific course. I don't know when the next time I'm going to do it because I'm actually working on developing another whole program. But this 4-week program is really transformational. The feedback that I get is truly shifting in
One,
people's lives, in their energy, in their health, in their mindset, in even certain things that come to them. So
what about
I
Esther,
feel
like in
blessed.
the course? What about in the course? Like one of the things, the addition I'm thinking about is encouraging people, like doing like a homework thing, encouraging people like this
Yeah.
week,
Yeah.
right? And then and having like some feedback about it. So
Yeah.
encouraging people, maybe even to create connection between some of the people, like partners. Listen to this
Yes.
idea. This is a great idea.
I
Listen.
love that.
You can create some partners, or people can partner and encourage each other and be each other's, like,
It's
support.
motivation. Yeah. I love that.
Really?
It's such a great idea. Yes, and I do. First of all, and anybody, if you can't attend live, you do get access to the recordings, and then the idea is to do the breath work, whether it's live or experience it on your own time, even doing the same exercises during the week leading up to the next week. And on top of that, I also on my website have 3 breathwork tracks that are 10 minutes long and they're free. You can also access them on my website. And even that, just doing that in between, or if you don't take the course and you just want to do that, that in itself is like something you can do daily as a breathwork exercise. So whatever you can do, even that little bit will make a shift.
Amazing.
But yes, and I love your idea, and I think I'm going to have to encourage that on the next in this next round.
I think it would help me, like personally. That's where I feel like if I had a partner in the group and we
Yes.
encourage each other, and like we said, okay, we're gonna do
Yeah.
it this time, we'll talk about it, and maybe like
Okay, Nomi, I'm your partner.
okay, that's great. Give each other feedback and talk about it and how we're doing, and really be on each other. Did you do
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
building this momentum.
A
I
hundred
love it.
percent. A
Love it.
100%.
Okay, so we're just going to take one or two questions because we're already 20 to 6 at night here.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions? Otherwise, I'm going to let.
I like what Devorah is saying. Breathwork buddies. I like
Yeah.
that. I'm going to
Me
use that
too.
one.
I just want to say thank you so much. That was really, it's
Right?
Elisa Cohen from Toronto. I just want to tell you it was really, really exactly what I needed. I feel like Hashem sent you exactly at the right time.
Oh,
And I
thank you.
really felt like I transformed and it helped me a lot. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Charlene, a question. Charlene? Charlene, you have to unmute, but it's a question.
Yes, I have a question. So when you
Yeah.
talked about the heart, like you talk about the heart energy and how your breathing can affect your heart rhythm and everything else in the body, my question is, are you aware of the Tai Chi practice of lowering your pulse and
Lowering your pulse.
without taking your medication?
Okay, so I have done some level of Tai Chi practice. I'm not a Tai Chi instructor, so I wouldn't myself advise on that. I have in our breathwork community and the amount of instructors that we're connected with, there are a lot of people who either themselves experience or their students experience where they are able to get to a place where they can wean themselves off certain medications. I cannot personally advise that. It's something you would need to get into a practice. Obviously, go to your doctor and do your
Exactly.
tests and check where you're at to see what you can release at what time. But before you do anything, you have to build the practice. You have to feel the difference. You have to feel the energy. And in time, perhaps there are certain things that, you would be able to release because you yourself have, can, heal them naturally or sustain yourself naturally. But I'm personally not in that position where I could advise that.
Right. Thank you, Esther. Thank you. That was an amazing answer. And before I take Chaya, and that's going to be the last question, I just want to tell everybody that our amazing Biba, this is Biba. We have to give you, you have to show your face, Biba.
Yeah,
This
I
is
have to
our
say
Biba
that
who doesn't
during
miss a tefillah. Biba
I
does
know.
not miss a tefillah. I don't even know for how long. This is Biba's amazing daughter. She has all amazing children, and this is one of her amazing children. Baruch Hashem, Bli Ayin Hara, may Hashem always watch over them, protect your whole family, and only good health and good things. And you should always have
Amen.
simcha and nachis and see the best of everything.
Thank you so much. I don't like to miss this Nishmat. I have been doing it for, I think it's 6 years since COVID, right?
Are you serious?
Me too.
I want to vouch for that because, like, let's say when I was recently, we were in Miami for Pesach. My mother did not miss. And then even sometimes we had to go somewhere in the morning. We had to, let's say, do grocery shopping in the morning. She was coming in the car. She's like, I have to get onto my Nishmat group. Wherever she is, no matter what, she would get on. It's amazing.
It's amazing. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable. Really amazing.
And I want to thank her because it's because she did. I practiced on my mom, and she brought me to you. So we never know, even one little connection, and we never know when it's going to happen.
We also don't know what we're vessels or shlichim for. It's like someone said to me the other day. I called this friend of mine because I was struggling with something, and I wanted to bring it up to Hashem. Like I didn't want to hold on to negativity. I wanted to do the right thing. And she said to me such an amazing thing. She says, Hashem wants to, everything is fallen sparks, and he wants us to pick that up. And
Yes.
and a lot of the fallen sparks, unfortunately, they're hidden, right? Because if Hashem would just show his chasadim, but it's like our avoda to go into those places and bring out the hidden sparks. And she said to me, and it's so true, and it really humbles you because everything's Hashem, right? And it humbles you.
Yeah.
But she said it's like Hashem sends things our ways because he knows that we have the vessel to be able to actualize it. And it's that choice that we have every moment to understand that we have a greater purpose. And I think there's nothing more beautiful. And I think the avoda in this world right now is to be with each other, to connect with each other, to help each other, to build
Yes.
each other up,
Amen.
to hold each other. I'm
Yes.
telling you, that's
what it's all
what
about.
it's about.
That's what it's about. It's like about uplifting each other. If you might be a little bit ahead on your journey, is to put your hand back and lift the other person up, and then
Right.
they put their hand back, lift the next person up, and we're all
Right.
climbing that mountain and helping each other get to the
Right.
next.
Right.
next-
And we're
next
all
phase.
vessels for different
Yes.
things for Hashem.
Yes.
Right?
And you said such an important thing with regards to like the kilipot is whatever it is, you could even look at that as your pains, whether it's physical pains, whether it's emotional pains, is to not fight the pain, but to confront the pain, to give it the attention, to observe, what do I need to do to heal this pain? What do I need to learn from it? And move through it. Because once you get onto the other side of the pain, the lessons that you learn, the insights, the experience, the other side of it, you're able to learn something from it and then share it with other people who might be stuck in that same place, who haven't figured out how to move through it. But we
Right.
are meant to look at our pains. I always say gratitude is one of the foundational things that we need to practice, and that's what prayers are for, is for gratitude. But even just taking a few minutes a day to just say what you're thankful for, 5 things that you're grateful for every morning. And
Right.
one of the things I thank Hashem for is even my challenges. Thank you for giving me this challenge. Thank you for giving me this pain.
Right.
I'm going to
Rabbi
learn
Rosh.
through it. I'm going to move through it. And it makes it a lot lighter. And you look at
Right.
life in a completely different way when you do that.
But not even that, I was thinking about it this morning because I'm also trying to do this gratitude. I was thinking about it this morning. Like most of us think oh, thank you for giving me this. But look at the world. Get up and say, wow, Hashem. I was thinking about it.
Yes.
Think about it. You stand
Yeah.
up. No, just really think about it. You stand up,
Yeah.
you have these legs, and you have feet, right?
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about how crazy. Your little feet touch
Yes.
the ground, and it holds up your entire body.
I know. It's
Do you know what that means? Think about
Yes.
it. These little feet, right?
Yes.
are the sores. Yeah, you have the legs, but your
Yeah.
feet are the ones that touch,
Yeah.
and your ankles and your feet are the ones. And you
Yeah.
think about it, it's like, wow,
Yeah. 100%.
right?
And sometimes what I even do is an exercise to like I do work with some people who are in some very depressive states, right? And one of the things I even bring to their attention when we try to focus on gratitude, sometimes it's hard for them to feel it. And I think I say to them, can you get up? Can you move your body? Okay,
Right,
like let's move. And then I say, do you know that there are people in this world that cannot get up from their chair,
right,
cannot get out of bed by themselves? Do you know that just the fact that you can get up and move,
right,
you are doing amazing?
right.
You know what
Think
I
of
mean?
your
So like,
hands. Think
yeah,
of all the things
everything,
you do with your hands.
right?
Think of all
So
the things that you do with your
it's
hands.
incredible. It's so
Incredible.
incredible. And you see, we can go on forever. And that's what it is about living in that space of looking at things from a new perspective,
Right,
from a fresh
right.
perspective, and really embracing and feeling gratitude, going outside, breathing the fresh air, looking at the trees, looking at every blade of grass. Like, how is this all possible? This is
Not
not
just that,
random.
oxygen
This
is
is
all
not
around us, right? Like you
exactly
get up in the morning and you think about it, like Hashem, you filled the world with oxygen
right.
so that we can breathe.
Right. And how we are part of the system, right? So we take in the oxygen, we give out the carbon dioxide, and we create also with our
Amazing.
breath, like the nature itself. So it's a constant exchange. And if we
Isn't it
look at
amazing?
it's beautiful.
Amazing. Makes you want to
Yeah.
cry, right? From
I love
gratitude.
it. I
Think
love
about
it.
trees. Like, look at every single thing Hashem did. Like, He gave us trees. Trees give off oxygen, right? They
Yes.
oxygenate through plants. You think of plants as
Yes.
a plant, but it's not.
Yes.
It's
It's
unbelievable.
amazing. It's amazing. Thank God. I
Okay,
know.
we're just going to take one more question, Chaya Presser, and then we're going to let Esther go and thank her so much. And Biba, we're waiting for you in Israel.
Yeah. I just decided yesterday I'm going to make my application to make Aliyah.
Ah, wow, Mazel
Just
tov. See, I'm
started
hearing it.
yesterday,
Amazing.
I'm
so
Mazel
hearing it
tov.
here.
That's amazing.
I am going to start my the papers.
Amazing.
Biba,
Hashem,
it's
we're
Tavi.
waiting
You
for
can reach
you.
out to me. Reach out to me with any questions. We just went through the whole process this year. So
Wow.
if you have any
Wow.
questions, feel free to look up my number on the group, on the Chizuk chat group, and I will happily help you out.
Oh,
Amazing.
who's this?
Javi.
It's Javi.
Xavi?
Javi.
Javi.
Okay.
Thanks, Javi. Okay, Chaya, go ahead. Ask your question. Sorry. Go ahead. Chaya? Presser?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I have asthma. Sometimes it's caused by exercise, but more often it's caused by exposure to things in the environment like air fresheners. Yes, I
What?
do have a rescue inhaler and I do use it. Would your force be good for me?
I have a hard time hearing. Nomi, did you hear? It
I
was very
think she
muffled.
said that she has asthma,
Yes.
right, Chaya? You said you had asthma and you're
Yeah.
asking if her course would be good for you. I think
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
doing
yeah.
breath work enlarges. I'm going to let Esther
Yes.
answer,
So
but it expands your lungs, and when you expand
yes.
your lungs, then you're able to breathe better, and I think it can almost,
Yeah. Absolutely. So for sure, there's a lot of stories with the breathwork experiences helping with breathing better, especially for asthma. I'll share something, a little quick story about my grandmother had very severe asthma and high anxiety. And this was even before I became a breathwork instructor. But every Friday I would go visit her to take her food, and I would walk into her house and she'd be out of breath. Take me to the hospital. I can't breathe. I have to go to the, and I would sit her down. I would say, okay, sit down. Let's just breathe for a second. This was just natural for me at the time. I wasn't a breathwork instructor yet. I would say, sit down, let's breathe. And I just started to just breathe slowly with her and calm her down just with her breath. Just a few breaths. And within minutes, she'd be standing up going, okay, what can I get you to eat? What can we do? Forget about the hospital. She'd be like back to a normal person just by taking a few deep breaths. And I myself, by the way, as a child, I had asthma. I have a whole other story about, even a trip to Israel, and they didn't know how to treat it at the time until I got oxygen, and I got this vision of myself, understanding that like people didn't understand how to breathe even back then. And I feel like even part of my journey was experiencing asthma as a child, so I will understand how to breathe and teach people, how to breathe properly. And I don't have any asthma, thank God, right now. But I do know what it feels like. And I went through some severe experiences as a child. But even like I said, with my grandmother, innately, without even the full experience, just learning certain techniques that help you really slow down the breath, breathe, get proper oxygen efficient, can improve. And also shift that state of like, because a lot of times the asthma is also brought up by thoughts, anxiety, thing, and then our breath starts to follow our feelings. Whereas we can control the thoughts and the feelings, we can also control the breath. If that makes sense.
I want to say something. Esther, you really, I would be so happy to give you my space. I have this incredible space outside. And if
I'm
you
coming, Nomi. You don't even have to tell me I'm coming.
I'll organize it for you, all for you. Come, I'll put it all together for you. Come. And
I'm coming. You see, we put the vision and we're going to find a way.
Ezrat Hashem. Okay.
I'll be there between May 18th and May 28th.
Oh, really? Are you coming? Oh, Baruch Hashem. I hope I'm here. I'm trying to figure out myself. Okay.
Can I ask one question, please?
Yeah, just last question. Go ahead, Basia.
Thank you so much. Esther, are you familiar with the connection between breath work and the fight and flee phenomenon?
Of course.
Yeah, so that's the most incredible connection, because I don't know if anybody else, would you like to address that?
Yeah, so technically the fight and flight is that, fight and flight is a natural survival instinct, right? Back in the old days, if you're being chased, they say by an animal that's going to hurt you or you whatever scary, you're meant to like get up, run, get into action, and like you're meant to be like on and fast breath and moving and whatever. But you're at some point meant to also find a safe space and re-regulate and calm down and relax and just back to your neutral and healthy space to recalibrate. What's happening is that we live life as if we're constantly being chased, as if we're constantly in danger, we're constantly on the go. So we're constantly tapped into the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight and flight. I gotta go, don't have a minute to do anything. When do we ever take time to just relax? Even people are not sleeping properly. Even in their sleep, they're not even relaxing. So we're never giving a chance to our body to relax, go back to its regular healthy state, because in that healthier calm state we tap into the parasympathetic system, which is where we can rest, our body can heal, we can gain clarity because we're in a state of calm, creativity. So yes, we learn techniques in the course. How do we shift that state from that stress, fight and flight, to tap into the parasympathetic system, to rest, digest, to heal, and do all those beautiful things that we're meant to, recalibrate and realign.
Can I add something to that?
Yes.
So the adrenal glands produce adrenaline. So if for example, chas v'shalom, a child is trapped under a car and the mother develops this superhuman strength to raise the car up, that creates an enormous adrenaline rush. And in the past, the Western understanding of medicine said that either the person would have to fight or flee or expend that energy somehow. And now Western medicine is catching up with Eastern philosophy, which has had this understanding for years, that breath work can burn off that, it does burn off that adrenaline. And making that a practice every single day, I tell my patients to do that every time they get to a red light, because we're all stressed out. We all want to reach our destination on time, and we all have that intrinsic reflex reaction, a red light, I'm going to be late. And instead of saying that, say, thank you, Hashem, this is an opportunity for me to stop and do some breath work at the red light.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Really love that. I gather you don't live in Israel because you don't drive in Israel.
Well, and just because you mentioned that, I'll give you a quick breathing techniques, quick breathing technique to make that shift. is you double the exhale from your inhale. So if you're breathing in for 4, you're exhaling for 8. Inhale for 4, exhale for 8, and that helps you make the shift. It tells your body, I'm safe, I'm calm, I can recalibrate. So that's just a quick
And
technique
also,
to
that
use.
that is absolutely correct. But also, in addition to that, between the inhalation and the exhalation, and that's considered one complete cycle, is to hold for whatever your
Yeah.
count is. So
Yes.
inhale, hold for a count of whatever you decide, just and then exhale, and then hold for a count before inhaling. So there's
Yes.
4 steps. It's inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and then
Yeah.
repeat that 3 times. And the safe way to do it, because we don't want to hyperventilate,
Right.
is to only complete 3 cycles, not to exceed 3 cycles. And then you can do it as frequently during the day as you want. You can do it 20 times
Yes.
during the day, but never to exceed 3 cycles at one sitting. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you. I learned
Amazing.
so much from
Thank
you.
you.
And
Thank you,
the
Basia.
calmness, the
What
calm.
time?
Thank
I
you.
just want to, somebody wrote, that is why I can't make Aliyah, because I can't keep up my driving. I drive everywhere. My children drive. Everybody drives here. It might be a little bit aggravating to drive, but it's not less safer than driving in New York or anywhere else. Everybody drives here. You're not giving up your freedom, I guarantee you. Basia, what kind of doctor are you?
I had
Basia?
muted. I'm sorry. Sorry, I had muted. I'm a chiropractor.
Oh,
So you really help
Where do you-
people align physically. You
Yeah,
help
Yeah.
people
I
align their
teach
spine. That's so
and I teach them
important.
to breathe. I teach them to breathe as well, because that's the
Yes.
number one thing.
Wow.
Muscle
Where do you
tone,
practice out of?
breathing. I'm in Baltimore, Maryland.
Wow, amazing. A beautiful
Very,
community in Baltimore.
very important job. Helping align the spine is part of the physical alignment. So that's
Yeah, but
amazing.
Esther, I want to tell you that I've never achieved such calm after breathing as I did working with you today. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow,
Thank you.
wow,
Thank you.
amazing.
Amazing. We can
Okay,
all
Esther.
gain something. We can all gain something from just doing different things, right? We are meant
Yeah,
to
yeah.
do different things, practice, and they bring new feelings, new insights. It's all amazing. I'm so happy. Thank you so
Hashem.
much for sharing
Kol
that.
Esther, this was
kol
amazing.
hakavod,
Thank
kol
you.
hakavod.